So everybody knows by now that TriMet is cutting bus service by 20%. Eric Halstead actually predicted this in 2017 to the T, where he said they were going to extend the service and then they were going to cut it. They're saying it's a labor shortage, but most of us actually understand it's actually a pay shortage. Now, if those of you who've been around as long as me can remember in the 70s, when you started as a transit operator, you were hired off the street, full-time, at top wage, equal pay for equal work. There was none of this, wait 3 years and you'll make livable wage. No, you came right in. You were doing the same work as the people that had been there for 20 years. This came later. This came when Reagan was around, when they decided they were going to use these attempts to lower your wage through this sort of type of hiring where you have to go part-time. So they could go back to that, but they're not going to do that. Furthermore, capital projects is running at 100% right now. At the same time, they're cutting the service to the people, the public. And that's an insult to everybody that this is allowed to happen, that the capital project and the Build Back Better is all capital projects. It's going to do nothing to help you. It's all about funneling money to the elites. It's all a farce. None of it's true. You hear the Biden coming out with his shit. Don't believe it. It's a lie. It's not going to do anything for you. And the proof is in the fact that you're losing bus service. Now, I understand TriMet is canceling runs every day, and so this is probably the best way to do it. But I don't think that this had to happen. I think that they could have actually made sure there was no bus driver shortage. They were given $190 million from CARES, the so-called mislabeled CARES. You know how they always create these programs and they stick these names on them like they're good for you. They're helping you. The Patriot. You're a Patriot if you support the Patriot. They always stick these false names because it fools the public. They got $190 million from the feds. It was supposed to preserve the service. They didn't use it for the service. Nobody will ever know exactly what they use it for. I'm not filing a public request to find out. It's not my job to. I don't feel like hassling them when I don't need to. Okay, it's not my problem. I don't care. I care, but not enough to hassle them. I've done enough bothering those people to last a lifetime for me. So anyway, don't believe it, In the time of COVID, they're doing the exact worst thing. They're cutting service when they need to have more service. So what we have here is a crime syndicate. They're protecting a class of people and screwing the bottom level of society, which is always the way it is. It's just what happens in this country and in a lot of other countries too, I'm sure. But especially in this country where we have no social safety nets whatsoever like the European countries do. Here it's every man for himself. So that's all I wanted to say about that is that this labor shortage could be solved, but you would need actual leaders that cared, and we don't have that. We have a technocracy which implements policies blindly, and they're not on your side. They never were on your side. This was always about them and the special interests.